Welcome to Learn English. Enjoy easy lessons, vocabulary, and grammar, and speak English with confidence. Subscribe and start your English journey today. Welcome back to the podcast. We are so happy to see you.
Today we will help you. You can improve your English. Just believe in yourself.
Maybe you're listening while you're walking, cooking, traveling to work, or relaxing at home. No matter where you are, thank you for spending your time with us.
Today's topic is very special because it is something almost every English learner experiences.
That's right. Today we're talking about believing in yourself and speaking English with confidence.
Before we start, let me ask you a question.
Have you ever known the answer to a question in English, but you stayed quiet because you were afraid to speak?
Or maybe you wanted to start a conversation with someone in English, but your heart started beating very fast.
Perhaps you were thinking, what if I make a mistake?
What if my pronunciation is wrong?
What if people laugh at me?
What if I forget an easy word?
If you've ever had these thoughts, you're not alone.
Not at all. In fact, millions of English learners around the world feel exactly the same.
Sometimes people think they're the only ones who feel nervous.
But that's not true.
Even people who speak English very well sometimes feel nervous.
I remember the first time I had to speak English with a foreign visitor.
Really? How did it go?
Honestly, I was so nervous. I had studied English for several years. I knew many grammar rules. I knew hundreds of vocabulary words. But when the visitor smiled and said, "Hello, how are you?" my mind suddenly became empty.
That happens to so many people.
I wanted to answer quickly, but I started thinking too much.
What were you thinking?
I was asking myself questions like, should I say I'm good or I'm fine? Is my pronunciation correct? What if I use the wrong grammar?
And while you were thinking,
the conversation became quiet.
That's something many listeners can understand.
Later, I realized something very important.
What did you realize?
The visitor wasn't judging my English.
Really?
No, the visitor was simply happy that I was trying to communicate.
That's a wonderful lesson.
Yes, sometimes the biggest problem isn't our English.
It's our fear.
Exactly.
Fear is interesting because it can make easy things seem difficult.
For example, imagine you're reading an English book alone in your room.
You feel relaxed.
You understand many sentences.
Then imagine someone suddenly asks you to read those same sentences aloud.
Now your hands feel cold.
Your voice becomes quiet.
You start making mistakes that you normally wouldn't make.
Has your English become worse?
No.
The only thing that changed is your confidence.
That's why today's conversation is not only about English.
It's also about believing in yourself.
Because confidence is not only useful for learning a language.
It helps in school,
at work,
when meeting new people,
and even when following your dreams.
Can I ask you another question?
Of course.
Do you think people are born confident?
That's a great question.
What do you think?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because confidence grows through experience.
Can you explain that?
Sure. Think about riding a bicycle.
That's a good example.
The first time you ride a bicycle, you're probably scared.
You might fall.
Maybe more than once.
But after practicing many times,
you stop thinking about every movement.
You simply ride.
The confidence didn't come before the practice.
It came because of the practice.
Learning English works exactly the same way.
Many learners say, I'll start speaking when I feel confident.
But that's like saying, I'll start swimming after I become a good swimmer.
That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
You become confident because you practice.
Not before.
I think many people believe they need perfect grammar before speaking.
Yes, and that's one of the biggest myths.
Do you think grammar is important?
Of course it is.
Then why shouldn't people wait until their grammar is perfect?
Because perfect grammar is not the goal.
Then what is the goal?
Communication.
That's a powerful word.
Imagine you're traveling in another country.
Okay.
You walk into a small shop and say, "1 water, please."
That's not perfect English.
No, but the shopkeeper understands you.
And you get your water.
Exactly.
Communication happened.
That's what language is for.
Not to impress people.
Not to sound perfect.
But to connect with other people. I love that idea. Me too.
Sometimes we forget that every fluent English speaker was once a beginner.
Every single one.
They made mistakes.
They forgot words.
They felt embarrassed.
But they kept going.
That's the difference.
Not talent.
Not luck.
Perseverance.
And the courage to keep speaking, even when it wasn't easy.
If you're listening today and you're afraid to speak English, we want to tell you something.
Please listen carefully.
You don't have to be perfect to start.
You only have to be willing to try.
Every conversation you have is one more step forward.
Every mistake you make teaches you something new.
Every day you practice, your confidence grows a little stronger.
So don't compare yourself with someone who has been learning English for 10 years.
Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday.
If you know one more word today,
If you understand one more sentence,
if you speak for one more minute,
then you are improving.
and that's something to celebrate.
In the next part of our conversation, we'll talk about why so many people lose confidence, how to stop overthinking, and simple daily habits that can make speaking English feel much easier.
So stay with us. We have many stories, practical tips, and encouraging ideas to share.
Let's continue our journey together.
And remember,
Believe in yourself.
because every confident English speaker started exactly where you are today.
In the first part of our conversation, we talked about fear and confidence. We learned that confidence doesn't come first, it grows with practice.
That's right. And now, let's talk about something that many English learners do every day without even realizing it.
Overthinking?
Exactly. Overthinking can become a big obstacle when you're learning English.
I think everyone has experienced it at least once.
Definitely. Let me give you an example.
Go ahead.
Imagine you're talking to someone in English. They ask you a very simple question. What did you do last weekend?
That's an easy question.
Yes, but instead of answering, your brain starts working very hard.
You begin thinking, should I use the past simple?
Is went correct here?
What if I pronounce this word incorrectly?
Maybe I should use a better vocabulary word.
And while you're thinking,
The conversation stops,
the other person is waiting.
and you become even more nervous.
I've seen that happen many times.
Me too. But here's the interesting part.
What's that?
Most native speakers don't think about grammar while they're talking.
Really?
No, they simply speak naturally.
That's because they've practiced for many years.
Exactly. They don't stop to think about every sentence.
So, as learners, we shouldn't expect ourselves to be perfect from the beginning.
That's right. It's okay to pause for a second, but don't let overthinking stop you from speaking.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Have you ever been afraid of making a mistake in front of other people?
Oh, yes, many times. Can you tell us about one of those moments? Of course. A few years ago, I joined an online English conversation group. People from different countries were there.
That sounds exciting.
It was, but I was also very nervous.
What happened?
When it was my turn to speak, I wanted to say, I'm looking forward to meeting everyone.
That's a useful sentence.
But I forgot the phrase looking forward to.
Oh no.
So I smiled and said, I am very happy to see all of you in the future.
That's actually a good way to explain your idea.
Exactly. I didn't know the perfect expression, but I found another way to communicate.
And did people understand you?
Yes, they did.
Did anyone laugh?
Not at all.
That's an important lesson.
It really is. Sometimes we think we need the perfect word, but communication isn't about perfect words, it's about sharing ideas.
I like that.
Think about children.
What about them?
When children are learning their first language, they often use simple words.
That's true.
Sometimes they even invent words.
Yes, I've heard that before.
But adults don't laugh at them. Adults listen, understand, and gently help them learn.
So why are we so hard on ourselves when learning English?
That's a great question.
Maybe because we think adults should already know everything.
Exactly. But learning a new language means becoming a beginner again.
And there's nothing wrong with being a beginner.
Not at all. In fact, every expert was once a beginner.
That's one of my favorite quotes.
Mine too. Can I share another story?
Please do.
I have a friend named Carlos.
Does he speak English?
Yes, very well now, but it wasn't always like that.
Really?
When he first started learning English, he refused to speak in class.
Why?
He thought everyone else's English was better than his.
That's a common feeling.
Every lesson, he stayed quiet.
Did his teacher notice?
Yes. One day, the teacher asked him a simple question after class.
What did the teacher ask?
The teacher said, Carlos, do you want to improve your English?
And what did he say?
He answered, yes, of course.
Then what?
The teacher smiled and said, then you must give yourself permission to make mistakes.
That's wonderful advice.
Carlos never forgot those words.
Did he start speaking more?
Little by little.
Was it easy?
No, the first few weeks were difficult.
I can imagine.
Sometimes he made grammar mistakes.
Sometimes he forgot vocabulary.
Yes, and sometimes he spoke very slowly.
But he didn't stop.
Exactly. Every week, he became a little more comfortable.
How is his English now?
Today, he works for an international company.
Wow.
He has meetings in English almost every day.
That's amazing.
When I asked him what helped him the most, his answer surprised me.
What did he say?
He said, I stopped trying to sound perfect, and I started trying to connect with people.
I love that sentence.
Me too, because that's what language is really about.
Connecting with people.
Exactly.
Sometimes we forget that.
We do. We focus so much on grammar books, vocabulary lists, and pronunciation videos that we forget the real goal.
To communicate.
Yes.
Let's give our listeners a small challenge.
Great idea.
Today, after this podcast ends, speak English for just 5 minutes.
You don't need a partner.
Talk to yourself if you want.
Describe your room.
Talk about your plans for tomorrow.
Tell a story about your day.
Don't stop every time you make a mistake.
Keep talking.
Your goal isn't perfect English.
Your goal is confident communication.
The more you speak,
The easier it becomes.
and remember, confidence is like a muscle.
The more you use it, the stronger it becomes.
In the next part of our conversation, we'll explore simple daily habits that successful English learners follow, how to stay motivated even when progress feels slow, and why consistency is much more powerful than studying for hours once a week.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more practical tips and encouraging stories to help you become a more confident English speaker.
We've already talked about fear, confidence, and overthinking. Now, let's have a deeper conversation about something every English learner experiences.
Slow progress.
Yes, I think this is one of the biggest reasons people give up.
I agree. Everyone wants to improve quickly.
And that's completely understandable.
Of course, when we start learning something new, we feel excited.
We imagine ourselves speaking English confidently.
We picture ourselves traveling, making international friends, or getting a better job.
Those dreams are exciting.
They really are.
But then something happens after a few weeks.
The excitement becomes smaller.
Exactly.
Some people start thinking, I'm studying every day, but I still can't speak fluently.
Have you ever felt like that?
Many times.
Me too.
I remember one month when I studied English every single day.
That sounds impressive.
I listened to podcasts.
Good.
I learned new vocabulary.
Excellent.
I practiced grammar.
Very nice.
But after 1 month, I looked at myself and thought, why don't I sound fluent yet?
That's a question many learners ask.
Then I talked to one of my teachers.
What did your teacher say?
He smiled and asked me a simple question.
What was it?
He said, when you plant a tree, do you expect it to become tall in 1 month?
That's a beautiful example.
I laughed and said, of course not.
What did he say next?
He said, learning English is like growing a tree. Every day you water it. Every day the roots become stronger, but you cannot always see the growth.
Wow.
Those words changed the way I thought about learning.
Because progress isn't always visible.
Exactly.
Sometimes we don't notice how much we've improved.
Until one day we understand a movie without subtitles.
Or we have our first real conversation in English.
Or we realize we're thinking in English instead of translating every word.
Those moments feel amazing.
They really do.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Do you think motivation is enough to learn English?
That's an interesting question.
What do you think?
I think motivation is a wonderful beginning.
But not the whole journey.
Exactly.
Why?
Because motivation changes.
That's true.
Some days you feel excited.
You want to study for 2 hours.
You watch English videos.
You write new vocabulary.
Everything feels easy.
But then another day comes.
You're tired after work.
Or after school.
Maybe you don't feel like studying at all.
What should we do on those days?
That's when habits become more important than motivation.
Can you explain?
Of course.
I'm listening.
Imagine 2 people.
Okay.
The first person studies English only when they feel motivated.
Sounds familiar.
Sometimes they study 3 hours.
That's a long time.
But then they don't study again for a whole week.
I think many listeners have done that.
Now imagine another person.
What do they do?
They study only 20 minutes every day.
Even when they don't feel motivated?
Yes.
Who do you think improves faster?
The second person.
Exactly.
Because consistency is stronger than occasional excitement.
I love that sentence. Let's talk about daily habits.
Good idea.
If someone is very busy, what is one simple habit they can start today?
I would say speak English for 5 minutes every morning.
Only 5 minutes?
Yes.
Some people might think that's too short.
Maybe, but 5 minutes every day is much better than 1 hour once a month.
That's true.
You can talk about anything.
Like what?
Describe what you can see around you.
I have a blue chair.
My coffee is hot today.
The weather is sunny.
Exactly. Simple sentences
experiences build confidence.
And confidence leads to longer conversations. Here's another question.
Go ahead.
Should learners translate every sentence from their own language into English?
At the beginning, that's normal.
I agree.
But little by little, try to think directly in English.
How can someone practice that?
Start with very easy thoughts.
Can you give us an example?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. When you wake up, don't think in your native language first.
Instead,
Say to yourself, good morning.
that's easy.
Then say, I'm going to make breakfast.
I need to brush my teeth.
I'm feeling a little sleepy today.
These are small thoughts,
Yes,
but they train your brain.
exactly.
I think another problem is comparing ourselves with others.
Oh, yes.
Social media makes this even harder.
Sometimes we watch someone speaking perfect English,
And we think, I'll never sound like that.
but we don't know their story.
Maybe they've studied for 10 years.
Maybe they live in an English-speaking country.
Maybe they practice every day.
Exactly.
So comparing your first chapter to someone else's 10th chapter isn't fair.
That's one of my favorite ways to think about it.
Everyone has a different journey.
And your only competition is the person you were yesterday.
Before we finish this part, I'd like everyone listening to do something.
Yes.
Think back to 6 months ago.
Could you understand this podcast then?
Maybe not.
But today, you're listening.
You're understanding.
You're learning.
That's progress.
Even if it feels slow.
So today, don't focus on how far you still have to go.
Instead, be proud of how far you've already come.
Every word you learn,
Every conversation you try.
every mistake you make.
Every mistake you make is helping you become a more confident English speaker.
In the final part of today's episode, we'll share our most important advice for building confidence, staying positive, and continuing your English journey even when life gets busy.
We'll also leave you with a simple challenge that can completely change the way you practice English every day.
So stay with us.
We'll be right back.
We've had such a wonderful conversation today.
Yes, we have. We've talked about fear, confidence, overthinking, and the importance of practicing every day.
If you've been listening from the beginning, thank you for staying with us.
We hope today's conversation has made you feel a little more confident.
Before we finish, I'd like to ask you one final question.
Go ahead.
If someone listening today says, I want to speak English confidently, but I don't know where to start, what would you tell them?
I would tell them something very simple.
What's that?
Start where you are.
I like that.
Don't wait until you know 5,000 words.
Don't wait until your grammar feels perfect,
Don't wait until you stop feeling nervous.
because that day may never come.
Exactly.
Instead, begin with the English you already know.
Even if it's only a few words.
Those few words are enough to take your first step.
You know, something interesting happened to me recently.
Really? Tell us about it.
I met a man at a coffee shop while I was traveling.
Did he speak English?
Yes, but not perfectly.
Was he worried about making mistakes?
Not at all.
That's surprising.
He smiled, spoke slowly, and sometimes searched for the right word.
Did the conversation go well?
Very well.
Why do you think it works?
Because he wasn't trying to impress me.
He was just trying to communicate.
Exactly.
That's something many learners forget.
Yes, people usually remember your kindness, your smile, and your attitude much more than your grammar.
That's a wonderful reminder. Let's imagine two English learners.
Okay.
The first learner studies grammar every day but never speaks.
The second learner knows less grammar but speaks a little every day.
After 1 year, who do you think will feel more confident?
Probably the second learner,
I agree.
because confidence grows through action.
Not through waiting.
Exactly.
Can I share something with our listeners?
Of course.
Sometimes people send us messages saying, my English isn't good enough.
I've read many messages like that.
But here's something we've noticed.
What's that?
The people who say their English isn't good enough are often much better than they think.
That's true.
They understand podcasts.
They read books.
They watch videos in English.
They can have simple conversations.
But because they compare themselves with fluent speakers, they forget how much they've already learned.
That's why it's important to celebrate small victories.
Like learning 5 new words.
Or understanding a new expression.
Or speaking English for 5 minutes without stopping.
Every small success is a step towards a bigger goal.
Let's give everyone a 7-day confidence challenge.
I love challenges.
Day 1.
Introduce yourself in English.
Day 2.
Describe your room for 5 minutes.
Day 3.
Talk about your favorite movie or book.
Day 4.
Listen to one English podcast without looking at subtitles.
Day 5.
Learn 5 new words and use them in your own sentences.
Day 6.
Record your voice speaking English for 3 minutes.
Don't worry if you make mistakes.
Just listen to yourself and notice your progress.
And finally, day 7.
Have a conversation in English.
It can be with a friend,
Or with an online language partner.
or even with yourself in front of a mirror.
The important thing is to speak.
There's another habit I'd like to recommend.
What's that?
Keep a small English notebook.
That's a great idea.
Every evening, write 3 simple sentences about your day.
For example,
I worked hard today.
I ate lunch with my family.
I learned 2 new English words.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
No.
It just has to become a habit.
Before we say goodbye, I'd like everyone listening to close their eyes for just a moment.
If you're driving, please keep your eyes open.
Good point.
Safety first.
Now, imagine yourself 1 year from today.
Imagine speaking English more naturally.
Imagine understanding movies more easily.
Imagine talking with people from different countries.
Imagine feeling excited instead of nervous.
That future version of you is possible.
But it's only possible if you keep going.
One day at a time.
One conversation at a time.
One mistake at a time.
Remember, mistakes are not signs of failure.
They're signs that you're learning.
Every successful English speaker has made thousands of mistakes.
The difference is that they didn't let those mistakes stop them.
So here's our final message for today.
Believe in yourself.
Trust the learning process.
Don't compare yourself with other people.
Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday.
Practice a little every day.
Speak even when you feel nervous.
Smile when you make a mistake.
Because every mistake brings you closer to success.
Your English doesn't have to be perfect.
It just has to be used.
The more you use it,
The more natural it becomes.
thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
We truly appreciate every listener around the world.
No matter where you're from, we're happy you're part of this learning journey.
If today's conversation encouraged you, don't keep it to yourself.
Share this episode with a friend who's learning English.
Practice together.
Support each other.
And remember, learning is always easier when you're not alone.
If you enjoyed this episode, let us know in the comments.
Tell us one thing you're going to do this week to improve your English.
We'll be cheering for you.
Until next time,
Keep learning.
keep speaking.
Keep believing in yourself.
And remember,
Every confident English speaker started with a single sentence.
take that first sentence today.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye and happy learning.